The school holidays are over. Now what? Now, before you leave, this isn't just for parents. This is a call in. Winter is coming. So, I am going to talk to everybody today about what's been going over the past 6 to 8 weeks over the summer, what's happening now, and how we can thrive the rest of your life. I don't do things in short terms. I do like short term steps, very small actions, but there has to be this end process that we're looking for. So, as the title goes, the school holidays are over. Now, why am I talking to you about this in September? Well, if any of you hadn't noticed, as soon as it went to September, you open the door, it's now cold outside in the morning. It's cold, it's dark, they're coming in quickly. And I do this every year with my clients now. Over the past few years, I noticed a pattern. And the pattern is people don't mess up at Christmas. People blame Christmas for all their problems. Oh, I ate so much chocolate over 2 weeks and I ate all this food and drank all this stuff. 2 weeks in a 52-week year is nothing. Absolutely nothing. What happens is in this time of the year, people start messing up around about now. I'm a huge fan of the compound effect. You put £1 away every day for the year, you got 365 quid. Okay, it's not going to make you a millionaire, but that's a pretty decent amount of money for only putting £1 away a day. Now, you spend £1 every day for 365 days, you are now in your minus £365. Not a big amount, but over a day, it compounds to a big amount of money or time or energy, etc., etc. So what happens now is I'm going to go through some big reasons, and then I'm going to give you some breakdowns. I'm going to give you some things to go away with today so that you can really focus and implement these things today. I'm going to give you two things at the end to go away and utilize. If I've got time, I'm going to give you a third one. Okay, there's going to be a bonus if I have time, but I'm going to keep an eye on it here. So the summer holidays has been busy, right? When we are off as parents, there's so much going on. We have to organize play dates and childcare and working around kids or taking time off and what's going to happen with my business. And it becomes mentally and physically overwhelming. And as I put in the post, we turn to crisps and turkey dinosaurs. We just kind of go, look, I'll deal with this when the kids go back. And there's an element of that I did. The difference with what I do now is I very much follow an active lifestyle. I generally have my habits in a lot better place than I used to be. So the things that get neglected are not priorities anymore. They're just stuff that I would like to do or I should do a bit more of, but it's not a problem if I don't do them. And we're all at different levels here. But we tend to say, right, I'll wait till September and, till the kids go back. Well, the first week, the kids don't quite go back on Monday for a full week. Mine didn't. Mine was Tuesday. So, okay, well, I'll wait till like this week now on Monday. Oh, yeah, but it's a bit colder now, right? And I really can't be bothered. You quite often lose your flow. And it's very hard to break that when your body's comfortable and there's no reason for you to change, no deep reason. It's easy to fall into a negative flow. The weeks, I don't know about you guys, but the weeks are coming around fast. The days, the weeks are coming around fast. We are, we're first week into September already. It is going to come around quickly. And if we don't get hold of it now and we let the excuses continue, we are going to be in trouble when it comes to not only this January, but every other January after that. And I have a little, I don't know if it's a rhyme or a poem, but I say excuses can be genuine or even lies. Look for a solution and you'll be in for a big surprise. Now, it's a little corny, but it is true because excuses can be genuine, okay? But that doesn't mean there isn't a solution. There's a solution for both sides. And that's what we've got to look for is we've got to find those solutions. So in one sense, one of the reasons I am here today is because of the 6-week holiday. I've seen it a lot. I did a summer consistency challenge purely for this reason, to see who really wanted it and who was able to communicate and find a solution around their busy schedules to see success long term, and who was kind of going to, almost stay as they were in this phase. The second one is there is such thing as winter weight gain. There is such thing as winter weight gain. And it happens for different reasons. Now, some of the reasons can be it is colder, it is darker, so we move less. Most people don't go out for longer walks, or they come home from work and they don't go to the gym because they're comfortable. So we move less. What I found is we often use a double negative. And the double negative is we move less because it's cold and wet. And then we eat more for comfort. We do default to comfort eating in the winter. It is colder. It is a natural human behavior, which leads into some of the time in the winter, our ancestors are at fault. They used to store food in the wintertime, and we still have a mammal brain. So we do have those instincts still deeply wired into us to store and huddle down and be safe in the winter. Now, most of you here, I'm sure all of you, if you're listening, are clever people. And you know we don't live in those times anymore. Most of us are lucky for shelter, for heating, for food. No, not everybody has that luxury, but most of us listening will do. So we have to kind of rewire that brain to, okay, yes, my body does want more food because it's kind of wintertime, but ultimately, do I actually need it? So I often find the double negative is quite a big one. The natural human evolution is definitely one. The other one where I mentioned a minute ago is your flow. Now, I came across a really interesting story with a guy during lockdown. Big business guy, worked from home, had a big office at home. But during lockdown, he lost his passion for work, which wasn't like him at all. But every week, the family would get together and they would play Mario Kart together, and they had a proper league table and everything. It was very competitive. And after a few times of playing that, he noticed as soon as he finished, he'd go to his office and start working again. And after a couple of times, he was like, hold on, I've found my flow again. How have I done? I've not been able to find this. I've been searching for ages. What's happened? It turns out that playing Mario Kart actually helped him find his flow at work. So because we've had a little break here, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe some of you more, in this summer holiday, you've got to find your flow again. What gets the juices flowing when it comes to getting back on track with goals? Now, some of you may laugh. I know I'm live on LinkedIn on this one right now, and a lot of you will know me very well. When it comes to business, I find when I am here in the morning with my post, replying to comments, engaging with others, I find a flow for business for the day. I want to get in and stuck in to my goals, to my vision, just by being here and engaging and supporting. And that works for me. Other people, it might be exercise in the morning. Other people, it might be an ice bath or reading a book. But if you really look at it and you look deep down, when you find your flow and you know what gets you going, you want to utilize that more often, especially in a phase where you're stuck, because it's easy to put it aside. And I'm going to go into solutions in a minute that open up the doors a little bit more into this. But it's very easy to push these things aside when they don't have a purpose or a meaning, even if you know what gets your flow. So even if I'm really in a rut, and I know commenting on LinkedIn helps me with my business, if I'm in a rut, so what? Comment on LinkedIn. I don't want to. I do loads every morning. I don't want to do it. It's so easy to do. And I'll explain how you can come out of that in a minute. But ultimately, this is a very challenging time of the year. So was the summer. It's funny that I did a summer consistency challenge deliberately in a difficult time to see who really wanted to make a change, because life is difficult and it has all these difficult phases. And there's one meme that goes out every year that I love, which is like, oh, can't do anything now. It's the summer. I got summer holidays. Kids are off. Oh, kids are back now. Yeah, but Halloween's coming. So I'll start after Halloween. Oh, fireworks night. Oh, Christmas. Oh, this. Oh, Valentine's Day. And it is, we look at these phases as like, oh, it's really busy and I can't do it. The ultimate goal should be to simplify enough, giving you a little inside clue to what I'm going to go into in a second, to simplify enough to be able to move forward in a busy time. And one of the biggest problems I come across with people that don't take action, whether that's just in general or somebody that's kind of spoken to me about us working together, is we overwhelm and we overthink the problem. So when you start a fitness journey, I've got to go to the gym 4 times a week. I've got to buy new gym kit, new trainers. I've got to get Tupperware. I've got to think about my food. I've got to watch my water, sleep, blah, 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 blah. It's easier to not take action because there's too much going on in your head. And this is what I hope, where I'm going to get to number 3 before I leave today, because this will really, really help you with overthinking and overcomplicating. But that is one of the biggest problems, is that we perceive that we have to do a lot to see success. But if you understand the compound effect and how to utilize it with your fitness and health, this isn't complicated. This is ultimately very simple. We just need to understand what it is with you and where you're currently at, so that we can move through half terms, summer holidays, 2 weeks off at Christmas. There is a solution for you. And I'm going to give you the best I can to get you started today. If you want more help, let me know afterwards. We can have a quick chat. So the first one, everybody here, please understand this. When you get this right, your struggle will be massively reduced. And I do wholeheartedly believe that it will become a matter of when you get what you want, not if. Okay. How do I know this? I did it myself. I see the results every day. I utilize this with my clients. The ones who do it see incredible results. The ones who struggle continue to struggle outside. The ones who don't do it, most likely I won't see them again. Okay. I can't emphasize this enough. Your vision statement, your ultimate, what do I want in life? The cliche, what's your why? I don't use that. I use find your PP. Okay. What is your purpose and what is your passion? Now, this can be hard because I fell on mine by accident. Not my vision, but I fell on what I wanted to do with the behavior change coaching. That came from taking on personal training. There was multiple times in my personal training journey when I wanted to leave the role. Very challenging, mentally and physically taxing, time consuming, thankless job in most cases. And it was only at lockdown where I was doing, I was offering free live workouts, and I was offering a free call to people on those workouts to chat with them. Really, I wasn't really thinking in a coaching mindset, the element of coaching, but I was giving free calls. And the response I was getting from these 15-minute calls, people were coming back to me like, I use what you said, Sean, and oh my God, this is fantastic. And I'm like, wow, maybe this is a thing. And then I started to go down the route of online coach, mindset coach, and all this stuff. And then one day I came across this other person actually using behavior change as their word. And I'm like, that's exactly what I do. It's behavior that needs to change. And I fell on that. And it took me down this road of personal development. And here I am. I understand my vision. My vision, I'm very legacy driven. I want to change, kind of generational wealth within my family. I want to change knowledge and understanding, and I want to make a change to my family's life in many different ways. And that drives me every day. And I know that. And just the other day, last week, I had a breakthrough with my client, and on the call, she got emotional and she did cry. And I don't want to make people cry. It's not what I set out to do. But when it's in this instinct, I love it because it shows emotion and it shows it means something to them. So what happened on that one is I kind of asked her some basic questions. I said, look, if the ultimate end product is 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 doesn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. I do believe that. That's just my opinion. So I said, if how you felt being where you exactly wanted to be was 9 out of 10, where are you now? So she answered the question. So we went through a few bits, and she found that hard. Talking about how you feel is harder than a physical one. So we went through that a little bit, and we dig. And then I said, okay, let's change that. I said, if 9 out of 10 is how you physically look, where are you now? And she told me, and then I said, okay, well, what do you need to do to then get to that? And, we went down a similar sort of route. I want to change weight, etc., etc. So I then started to dig for her. And this is where you would need to do this yourself. If you were working by yourself, you need to dig at this point. It's okay to say you want a weight loss goal or to change your look, or I want 10K months. It's okay to put that stuff down if it really means something to you. But what you've got to do is you've got to now start asking questions. Okay. So I then use a couple of different different things. So for instance, if she said, oh, I want to lose weight, I'd be like, so what if you lose weight? That's one. It's a bit of a harsher response. Some of the lighter ones is, okay, that's brilliant. How will losing weight change your life? How will losing weight benefit your life? If you didn't lose weight, how would that change your life? Those simple questions, repeated over and over again, can take you down the path where my client and I went, which we started at weight loss, and we actually ended up with community, socializing, not being alone. Because where it went before that was confidence. There was a confidence factor to put themselves out there, to create friendships and whatever that would then change her whole perception on life. Now, without those questions, we would be at a surface level goal still with weight loss. And it works on the same level as getting milk from the shop. You can wait for tomorrow. This weight loss goals, in my opinion, you can argue with me if you want, but weight loss goals is one of the lead causes of not reaching your goals, in my opinion, because they don't mean anything. It's a number on a scale. Weight loss can be fluid, could be glucose, could be body fat, can be muscle loss, can be bone density, can be going to the toilet, could be the temperature. There's so many different reasons why weight fluctuates. It has no correlation over to the feel. The reason we struggle is because of the feel. And as I said with my client, she struggled when I asked her how she felt on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 to 9. She struggled to do that, and that is very normal. I want to let you know that's very normal. A feeling is very difficult to explain. I want to feel better. Well, what is better? What does better mean to you? I just want to be more energized. Okay, well, if you were more energized, how would that benefit your life? I'd be able to, to go dancing. Oh, you like dancing, do you? Okay, so how come you like dancing? Oh, well, I get fitter and I meet people, and now we're starting to get an answer that sets the butterflies off in your stomach, and actually you won't need to be motivated very often. I don't need to be motivated very often in pursuit of my goals. I have down days, of course I have down days, of course I have days I don't want to engage on LinkedIn or message people, of course. But what I do on those days now is I show up, and I might just do a post and reply to my comments at absolute minimum. I create a presence. It requires minimal effort, but I've shown up. I've laid some seeds that day. So I can't emphasize this enough. Hopefully my passion is shown through at how important this is. But sit down with a vision statement and write down what you want in your health, in your relationships. Now that's friendships or partners or family, kids and stuff, and wealth. Okay. So if you put on there, drop 10 pounds, spend more time with the kids, 10K months, fine. It's a good starting point. It's something. Now you've got to ask those questions. What will losing 10 pounds in total mean to you? Answer the question. You'll probably say, I feel better. Okay, so if you felt better, what would that allow you to do? Answer these questions. Better relationship with my kids. Okay, so what does having a better relationship with your kids look like? It takes time. You're not going to do it in your first go. It's something that you want to start and evolve on. Mine's constantly evolving. I know what I'm driven for, but it adapts and changes all the time, and that's absolutely fine. But you have to get more specific, and you have to be more intentful. One thing I've done with my clients right now, because this is when I start for the winter problems, I've asked them, listen to my words, what will you achieve by the end of the year? I haven't asked them what they would like to achieve. I haven't asked them what they want to achieve. I've asked them what they will. They all know now that even if they fail to do so, they will be a lot closer than if they don't go in with intent. So most of my clients now, the ones that have been with me a long time, especially, they're not afraid to fail. They're more than happy to try and get close, knowing that the likelihood is they will get there. And if they don't, they're closer than if they didn't try. Okay. So the wording that we use is so powerful and so important when you do stuff like this. Now, once you've got that, you know what drives you. You got to take action. I'm not a massive fan of specific goal setting. I have that vision, and then I take daily action that I know is leading me towards that goal. Some people will argue with me. That's absolutely fine. Some people are goal driven. That's fine. As long as it's sustainable long term and you're showing up consistently, and consistently isn't every day. It's just consistent. That's absolutely fine. Everybody's different here. But if you are somebody that has been struggling with goal setting, it's worth kind of you looking at this structure and utilizing it and seeing if it works for you. So you need to take action. One thing that a lot of people get wrong is they'll say something like, God, I keep forgetting water, but it's so easy to do. If drinking water was that easy, you would be doing it. So if you're not doing it, it's not simple enough. And this was the insight that I gave you nearly 5-10 minutes ago, is simplify. Simplify everything to the point of taking action. Even if you think the task is easy. So if you've said to yourself, go to the gym once a week for 60 minutes and you're not going, it's not simple enough. If you say to yourself, I'm going to do 5K steps every day this week, and you're doing only 3, 5K is not simple enough. You need to come back to the absolute basic point of action. So one example I love sharing with everybody, I had a client, she used to drive past her gym on the way home and she wouldn't go in. So we implemented a strategy, and the strategy that we ended up using that finally worked was she needed to come off the road and go into the gym car park. Once she was in the car park, she could go home. She just needed to come off the road. That was our first phase. The first day she came off the road, she parked in the car park and she went to the gym. Okay. What was stopping her was that point of coming off. It was, look, I'm on the road. My home's there. That's easier. I can't be bothered. I'm tired. I've had a long day at work. To come off into the car park allowed her to go to the gym. Okay. I've had some clients who want to work out at home in the morning or go for a run in the morning, and they're not doing it. So we then go down to the absolute basic point. Is your gym kit on? No. Okay. That's our goal then this morning, is get your gym kit on. Okay. They didn't get their gym kit on. Right. Did you get your gym kit out? No, I didn't. Okay. So the goal now is get your gym kit out, put it on the floor. So you have to fall over it getting out of your room. Okay. You did fall out of it. You didn't put the gym kit on. Okay. Right. This time your phone needs to be next to your gym kit. So you have to get out of bed to turn your alarm off. And then you put your gym kit on. You don't have to work out still. You've just got to get your gym kit on. But you see, stripping back these phases allows you to start taking a step forward into what is possible. I saw a brilliant quote yesterday, and if I've got a second, I'm going to, because I posted it to my clients in our community group. But it was brilliant, and I want to get it right, because I want to do it justice. But it made exactly the point it needed to make. Of course, it's not going to be easy to find, is it? Where is it? Groups. Here we go. So the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Be patient. Okay. We do live in an impatient world. We can go drive-throughs. Amazon, we can get an order the same day on Prime if you order at the same time. You can watch TV on demand now. We don't have to wait for anything. Now, unfortunately, Amazon, McDonald's, Netflix, they don't do personal development, life transformations, body transformations. They don't do it. I don't believe in that, good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait, who are constantly taking action. And again, a matter of when, not if. 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I don't know. I really don't know when it will happen, but I know it will. I know it will happen. And it's just whether or not you're willing to be patient with the work that you're doing to see that success, or you're going to continuously be stuck in this vicious cycle and starting over and over and over again because of your impatience. Okay. Now, I do have time. I got a few minutes. You may use this already, but honestly, this has been, with the vision statement, with the simplifying, with the daily power list that I use, this has been single-handedly one of the most powerful tools I've used. And honestly, it feels like cheat code because it's so simple. Pen and paper. Write things down. Okay. We have more going on in here than we do in reality. So this is what I was talking about when I was talking about being overcomplicated things and overwhelming. We store things here and we don't get it down on paper. This was from actually somebody that was a mental health coach. And he said, get all of your thoughts that are going on, all the stuff you need to do, get it down on paper, because he said, I guarantee most of those will go away. Most of those aren't as important that you're making it out to be. And I can never remember what book it was, but they say that there is a true power to writing. There's something about your senses and writing things down that makes a world of difference. If I have a thought pop into my head, I have notepads for different ones. So this one I just showed you now, this has got my notes from this talk. It's got my daily power list on it. If people, message me and I've got it out, I write it down here. I've got notes on my phone. I've got 2 whiteboards in the gym. I send myself emails because I need to remember that stuff, because it actually can be gold, or it could just be a waste that I can then just cross out, and it's not a problem anymore. It's out of my head. It's out of my life. It's not a real thing that I need to implement. But when it comes to your vision statement, there's going to be a real power to seeing it on the paper. Lose weight. How will losing weight benefit my life? I'll feel fitter. How, if I was fitter, how would that benefit my life? And you're writing it down and you're answering the questions, you're going to see a shift rather than just saying it in your head. Because I guarantee if you say it in your head, you'll give up after a very short period of time. Okay. The simplify. You can write down your task. I'm going to walk 45 minutes today. How can I make this easier? 30 minutes? Yeah, cool. How can I make that easier? 15 minutes? Yeah, easier. 1 minute. Perfect. Right. You're going to walk for 1 minute today, because guess what's going to happen? When you get out the door for your 1 minute walk, the likelihood is it won't be 1 minute unless you're really bad. And if you're really bad, you've done your 1 minute and you now know. So that's not a loss. You did your non-negotiable, because it's a non-negotiable. That's actually an interesting one. Non-negotiables. Lots of people have them and then they don't do them. So it's not a non-negotiable then. So you've got to simplify those. Okay. But writing these down, how can I make this easier? If this looked easy, what would it look like? These are really good questions that you can ask yourself in simplifying terms. Because a lot of the time when I ask clients, what are they capable of doing? But I'm going to go to the gym 5 times this week. I'm like, look, be completely honest with me. I'd rather you tell me you're going to be doing 2 and then you get some bonus sessions in, rather than say you're going to do 5 and only do 2, because now we've got a negative. Okay. It's about being honest, and it's about taking simple action. Okay. Write stuff down. There is a real power to doing that. It will transform your results if you do this stuff. Now, my job is to give you the information and help you take action. If you do want to work with me, if you are interested, I do free habit hacking calls. Okay. We can just talk about you and what you're looking to achieve and see if we're a good fit. You can go and do this by yourself. If I was to give you one piece of advice on what I've given you today, is pick something from there, whether it's the vision statement or you're looking at simplifying. I'd go vision statement. I would say right now, before this live finishes, or as soon as this live finishes, get your diary out and allocate a set amount of time that you can at least get started. That could be something as simple as get a pen and paper out as your task today. It could be something as simple as writing my name, not your name, whatever your name, whoever's listening, Joe Blogs vision statement. You can just write that at the top of the list, or you could just write health, wealth, social. Do something within the next 5 seconds, or when this finishes, as quick as possible, that sets you up to do it. You might not have to do it now, but do something that sets you up for a time that you can do it. Okay. If you choose not to, it's your choice. It doesn't matter. I'm assuming because you're here and you've listened that you want to do something, you do want to make a change. Now the phase is, this has to mean enough to you. I know I'm passionate about it. I know it works, but we are different people and we are in different phases, and I get that. So all I can do is I can take you to the water. You're going to have to drink. And to drink, you've got to find a way to get that vision statement in the forefront of your mind, that when you do have time, you're going to implement it as soon as possible. Okay. So my job with these lives is just to help one person. If I've done that today with you, brilliant. If you've watched this or you are intrigued by this and you know somebody could help, tag them in this post when it goes live. I don't know what I'll do with the recording. I might use it another time. But yeah, share it with them. Let them know. I'm going to hop off now. I've got a dog walk to do. If you have any questions, put them in this post in the comments. My DMs are always open if it's a bit more personal one. I'm happy to answer it there as well. So thank you to everybody that's joined us live. You are going to see my face around here a little bit more often. You can possibly see in the top corner, my podcast is up there. And I have a plan to bring my Sean Shorts episodes, which is kind of 10 to 20 minute episodes, planning to bring them live and then utilize them on Spotify and Apple afterwards. So there will be more information, more stories coming. Have a great day, and I'll see you all soon. Take care.